Joe Biden. The man is awful. He's terrible at this job.
Well, he's not lying about that. Joe Biden is terrible at his job. Anyway, go on. Let's hear the rest of the video.
America knows he's terrible at the job.
Everyone knows. This is not a conversation.
We have lost 7 United States embassies under his presidency.
Yes.
What does that mean?
So we have embassies all over the world in
Yes.
every country. That is essentially sovereign American
Mercosur.
territory. Under his watch, we have had to evacuate 7 United States embassies.
I did not know
That
that.
has never happened in American history.
That's how weak we are.
Never.
That's how weak we
That's
are
how
right now.
weak we are on the world stage.
What-
That's how bad
and
it is.
okay, help me. Why has that happened? Why are we evacuating? Because there's no protection, there's no fear.
I'm gonna say real quickly, and I'm gonna give it to Wesley.
Yeah.
When you are weak and our adversaries know you're weak, they push you. It's no different than the bully in the schoolyard. If you're timid and the bully knows he can get away with it, what happens? He comes for your lunch money every single week,
Yes.
every single day.
Until you punch back.
Until you punch back. We have been weak under Joe Biden. And so our adversaries around the globe, big and small, know that they can push us. Go ahead, Wesley, you go. You can talk.
I'm gonna give you my favorite President Trump story. This is my #1 favorite of all time. When we were negotiating with the Taliban, while President Trump was still the president, President Trump wanted to get out of Afghanistan, but he wanted a conditions-based withdrawal, meaning that you do what we tell you to do, and then we will start pulling troops back slowly as long as you abide by our rules. It's President Trump and Mike Pompeo, and they are talking to Taliban leadership in the room, and they had one translator in the room. President Trump looked at the Taliban leader and said this: I want to leave Afghanistan, but it's going to be a conditions-based withdrawal. And translator translated. And he said, if you harm a hair on a single American, I'm going to. And the translator goes, and Trump goes, tell him. Tell him what I said.
Any country
Reached in his pocket, pulled out a satellite photo of the leader of the Taliban's home and handed it to him.
That's going to be the point
Got
at
up
which
and
the
walked
first
out the
bomb
room.
struck. I
Do
told
you know
him
for
that.
18 months not a single American was killed in Afghanistan?
Sure did.
That's the definition of strength. That's what I'm talking about. And so you could imagine that kind of sentiment being around the world. If we have an embassy in another country, no one's going to touch it because they're going to be fearful that they'll get a Moab on their head. That's how President Trump rolls.
Well, he ain't lying about that. When we was under Trump, everybody feared us. Now we're under Biden, and everybody looking at us that we're weak. We need to go back to Trump.